5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, what up, y'all? This is your girl, Kimoraa. And today, welcome to Heels and Reels. Today, our special guests are Miss Lily Nicole. What up? And Miss Rayana Briggs.
Hello.
How are y'all?
Well, how are you?
Good. All right. Y'all relaxing, chilling out.
Oh, it's great.
Absolutely.
Early on a Tuesday morning, let's do it.
All right.
Got coffee, we good to go.
I know, right, girl? Tell me a little something about y'all.
So, like you said, my name is Lily Nicole. I am a local model, actor, activist. I have a couple films out, commercials out. I do a lot of Getty work, but my bread and butter is the community work that I do. So definitely standing up, advocating, protest support, community advocacy, and education. Wrote a couple of policies trying to change the world. I want to leave it a better place than when I found it.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
What about you, Miss Rayana?
Well, again, my name is Rayana D. Briggs.
Yes.
I am a trained vocalist, actor, and dancer. My primary expertise is in musical theater, but in the past 3 years, I've transitioned to film. So I have different experience in background, stand-in, featured work, and I am now lead on movies and Tubi, and I have a BET original coming out
All
next
right.
month.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is
Thank you.
awesome. Doing big things.
Look, we're doing big things.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Blessed.
That's what we do.
Oh my gosh.
Blessed and busy.
So what got you? What
Okay.
got you guys into the whole acting stuff? What?
I had a late story to acting, actually. So I found theater my sixth grade year. My honors English teacher, Cheryl Sabrell, the best teacher in the world. I still keep in touch with her.
Aw.
She actually came to see me in a play a couple years ago. But she took me to Lakeland Arts Theater, which was in Littleton, North Carolina. It's at the edge of North Carolina-Virginia border.
Yeah.
And I went and I saw Midsummer's Night Dream. Opened my eyes to the possibility. There's art and like suspension of disbelief and the creative mechanisms. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
But that was like the first introduction and the only introduction until I got to my senior year in high school, where I went to Southern Durham. I had to transition my senior year to a new school, new district, new everything. And this school actually had a theater company and a theater like program. And I auditioned for our senior musical, and it was Grease. I was Rizzo.
Oh, gosh.
Hickey from Kinnicky. Good
Right.
luck.
Yes.
But yes, that was my actual very, very first role was in high school. And then I dabbled a little bit in college, but nothing serious until my second year in college, which is when I transferred to UNCW.
Nice.
I originally went to school for a nursing major. I have a lot of medical background in my family, and I thought that's what I was going to do. I was good at it.
Right.
I enjoyed it, but there was no passion.
Right.
So I changed my major to theater and English and a minor in philosophy. Go Seahawks, UNCW.
All right.
And I had a wonderful experience and exposure there. I acted in the stages, shows that we had there. And I got really heavy into tech theater. So I actually became like a second instructor, did my work study there. I finessed my stage management. I'm a resident stage manager here.
Wow.
And my last year at UNCW, I actually began my background in stand-in roles. I was in Under the Dome, and I was in Sleepy Hollow. I was actually the stand-in for Lindy Greenwood. She's an amazing person. And I worked for her as her stand-in for a whole season. And after I graduated, I was fortunate enough to get a job at Thalian Hall, which is historically the oldest historical pure structure building in the Americas. Like the only building that rivals its age and like structure is actually in Europe. So I thought I was living the dream. Only 2% of artists actually get a job in their field, much less the position they went to school for.
Exactly.
And I got a job as an assistant technical director and a resident stage manager. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And like, that was my career. And that was like, bam.
Right.
And
In your face.
It was in my face. It was my face. I couldn't turn it down. I was like, yo, I'm going to pour myself into this. And I did that for about 7 years and a lot of experience. And through Thalian Hall, it gave me the flexibility to pursue film acting as well. And so I did a lot of commercials. I worked with Lighthouse Film, did a lot of Getty productions, started doing more stand-in work. And then I slowly elevated myself from a stand-in to a featured position. I had a lot of speaking roles, started doing my own movies. I got quite a few out on Tubi as well. So check me out, Lily Nicole. Check my IMDb. There's about 7 or 8, whether I'm featured or if I'm secondary lead.
Right.
And then I started moving a little bit more into actually defining what I want to do with that. So being more selective about the roles, making sure that the roles that I'm taking are intentional, not only align with who I am, but my moral beliefs, but getting outside of the box, like the dynamics. Like people see me and you have a perception of me, but then when you go see my movies, they're like, oh, wait, you did that? Or even when I tell people like I did a film,
You
they're
try
like,
not
wait,
to live
you
your
did
life
that?
in a box. That's the thing.
No.
That's the thing. You trying to be in the box.
My life is so stressful and so like managed as it is. I like my art to be something different. So it's kind of escape for life, and not an escape like I'm running away, but it's something that's not me and it's not my day to day. So I've been more intentional and pouring my direction into where I go, and Wilmington just has a lot of opportunities. I recently had an opportunity to get flown to Atlanta to do a film, and I'm very excited about that. That actually comes out next month.
Congratulations.
And that was my first one. Yeah, it was my first one actually getting flown out to be a lead role. A lot of the stuff I've done have been local, but so I went to Atlanta to do that one, and that'll be out, like I said, next month. So I'm excited. Also straight to Tubi, Silver Fox. Check me out.
All right.
Your girl's name is Corman.
And what about you, Miss Rayana? What's going on?
Your question was how I start acting.
Yeah, like what made
So honestly, my family is the reason they introduced me to theater through the church. Actually, I'm from South Carolina.
Okay.
So in my church background, I used to always go to the National Baptist Congress of Christian Education and the South Carolina Baptist Congress of Christian Education. And beginning of the day is like how to be young and saved, how to love the Lord and go to school. You know, it was like all that stuff. And then in the afternoon, it was mime, praise dance, choir, and then my grandma was like, we're gonna put her in drama. Why did they do that? Because now my life is I'm an actor. Once I realized you can sing, dance, and act in the same entity, it was over for me.
It was done. Yeah,
it was over with. I love musical theater. Started my training in middle school.
Okay.
Shout out to Tri-District Arts Consortium back home in Columbia, South Carolina. Started that program, realized I want to act. So my high school, Richland Northeast High School, the magnet program is Palmetto Center for the Arts. So I went to a normal public high school, but we were in a very intense intensive training really on a collegiate level. Even in high school, we competed different competitions. We went to the French Festival, and when I was in London and Scotland, that's when I realized I want to act for the rest of my life. This is not just what I love to do, and I enjoy it with my friends and my family. I want to make a career out of this. You know, that light bulb as an artist, right?
I've never had that thought. Like,
I absolutely had the thought.
Like, even like you said, you just had that rigorous experience and that exposure.
Because I was in high school.
I love that.
Because
none
of
of
the
my high schools had that.
Because of that seed that was planted in my life, that's literally the artist that I am now. I went to college for theater because of that seed that was planted for my family. Even after college, working professionally in different theaters and traveling and really up and down the southeastern, coast. But I absolutely love being an actor. I'm still transitioning, even though I do have some good work in film. I started off as background, moved up to featured work, stand-in work, and now I'm a lead for different projects. But it's still a transition because the stage is my first love.
Stage is nothing like film.
It's nothing like film. It's so many different transitions.
Nothing.
But I'm really enjoying. I'm actually really proud of myself for me to only be in film for 3 years and have the career I have already.
That's kudos.
This is a very great start, and I don't despise humble beginnings. A lot of people, background or stand-in, but that's how you learn.
You have to start from somewhere.
You have to start
You're
from
not
somewhere.
just gonna go from 0 to 100 and say, okay, I'm a
not at all. And I'm not an actor to be famous or to be seen or because I perceive myself as pretty. I'm an artist. We love intentional roles.
It comes from within. It has to come from within.
Does.
If it don't come from within, then forget it.
It's intrinsic. I love doing what I do. I love being able to bring a character to life. I love being able to see a playwright's or screenwriter's vision and be able to birth that, and that someone can watch and be able to look at that character and say, wait a minute, now I can look back in my life, which then goes back to the original, like the origins of theater. What can I do in the world to go out and take my rightful position? I live for that.
I also like how you brought up the origin of theater. Like a lot of people sleep on the origins in theater. Like if we go back to Greek and stuff like that, and the oral tradition of talking and performing. Honestly, a lot of it was very, very political. I hate talking about politics. We are in a very political state, not state as in North Carolina, but state as in human existence.
Absolutely.
There's a lot going on. And something that I love is how activism and art, again, my life is this. There is no one or the other. This is my life, and it always has been. And theater and plays and productions, actually, once upon a time ago, the origins of it in the Greek world, because, give our gods and goddesses all of the tradition, because they gave us what we have now.
yeah.
it was used for political telling. It was used to break it down because people couldn't read.
Yeah.
So how do you tell people what's going on? How do you tell people
Exactly.
like the upcoming Olympic Games? How do you tell people who's running? Like, and how do you tell people where they performed plays? They educated individuals by taking a stance in the center of the street and performing, orating, exposing their self, their vulnerabilities, their fears, and what have you.
Right.
So
And how the community reacts to it, how
Yeah.
they react to
so
it.
that is a true origin of what we call
Because the people will
plays.
speak. They'll let you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
that wasn't good. But, they'll let you know. Yeah.
And so I love that.
Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Wow.
And even now, I love that even with our introductions that you are an activist. And that's one of the
100%.
first things.
Yes.
I
love that about
moving
her.
here to Wilmington, even though I started in film and started doing some theater here, I was really happy to meet artists like Lily. She's a big sister to me. We're being professional now and all in the space, but I was really happy.
I don't know
and
that girl. What you
relieved.
talking about? First
was
time I met her.
I was
I
just
don't know
so
how-
relieved to see an artist that turns their artistry into activism, and that was one of the first things I recognized about you. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I can get with this climate.
Oh yeah, Miss
I
Lily,
can get with
let me tell you something.
this.
No, hold on, Miss Lily's a powerhouse. Okay,
Yes, she is.
When I started, I was like,
Thank
hold on,
you.
this girl's just. I met her on set of a certain, specific movie. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, we can drop it. Line
Oh, you
sisters.
sure? Oh,
Line
Line
sisters.
Sisters. Line
We
Sisters.
do
It's a great
work.
project.
And I'm dropping it because, again,
Okay.
like, I've been in this game for a hot minute.
Yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
of people don't see me. And I don't brag. We were talking about this earlier. I
Right.
don't talk about
You
myself
don't.
a lot.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't.
talk about the work that I have.
don't have
Even
to.
Jamie, I love him. He'll laugh. Like, I get no behind the scenes. I have a whole
Yes.
film set going on. And, like,
Nothing.
3 months later, I'd be like, oh, by the way, I did a show.
Absolutely.
But, like, Line Sisters dropped, like, a couple years ago. So
Yes.
just giving context, I've been doing this. Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. This is who I am.
Right. Oh yeah.
So I don't mind dropping it. Like it is what it is. But going back to like what Ray was saying,
Yeah.
yes, activism and art in my mind and in my body and in my beliefs, they literally are one and the same. Like
One
the great
and the
Nina
same.
Simone said, how can you be an artist and not reflect the times?
Hello.
As a
Wow.
marginalized woman in 2024 and everything that I've lived through the last 5 years, how can I call myself an artist and not reflect the times? So however you interpret that, however you like
Okay.
digest that, activism and art is one and the same.
Oh yeah.
Bottom line.
It's all
Bottom
together.
line.
It's
Bottom
all
line.
wrapped up in one.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, I got one for you guys.
What's up?
So,
What's up?
Can each of you guys give me one of your best experiences you've ever had on set?
Best experience that I've had
On set. So on set
On
as
set.
in like film
Oh.
world on set.
It can be
Yeah.
film, it could be theater, it could be anything just in the arts.
On set.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll one up you. I'll do my best experience on film and then my best experience on play stage because they are so
Two-
different.
they're different,
Both,
yeah.
both life changing.
Absolutely.
My best experience on film was when I was working on Our Kind of People, which is an amazing show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wished it had a second run.
Yes.
I think it didn't survive just because the way it was chopped, edited, and the market that it was pushed into. We digress.
Right.
My best experience was day one of filming. We were out at Wrightsville Beach and we were lining up to do the Black Diamond Gala. So like this is the big party. I'm a stand-in for Yaya DaCosta, beautiful woman,
Yes.
beautiful soul.
Awesome.
And like I'm up there with my
Hey,
little
Yaya.
mask. It's COVID time. I'm standing in, getting the light. And one of my really good friends is actually the sound guy. He came up to me and he's like, yo, Lily, you do a lot. You're knowledgeable. You're a stage manager. Do you think you'd be a good assistant? And I was like, man, I've been an assistant. He's like, cool, that's all I needed to hear. So he takes me off the black carpet while they're lighting me up and introduces me to the Tasha Smith.
What?
Her personal secretary,
my
assistant
gosh.
person, had just got a writing gig in Atlanta and was flying out the next day. I did a 5-minute interview in front of her, like while she's setting the shot up or what have you. Her assistant comes and gets me and says, Tasha loves you. I'm going to give you all her information. You pick her up tomorrow at 7:00.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
like-
Life changing.
I was like, wait, what? And again, so again, talking
Life-changing.
about like what Ray said, like I started in stand-in. I started in background, then I got elevated to stand-in.
yeah.
Like I thought I hit the precipice. I was like standing for Yaya's
That's a
girl.
jackpot. That's
I used to
jackpot.
watch Chicago. Like I seen that girl. So I was like, okay, this is
And
cool.
America's Next Time On.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
then
next time out,
I
yes.
get pulled from being her to Tasha Smith, the Tasha Smith's assistant.
yeah,
and I got to work with her for, she did 3 cuts off. So it was about a month and some change.
and
And it was amazing. Yeah, it was right under 2 months. And
She's
so
an
just
awesome
like working
person.
with
She's
her,
amazing, yeah.
talking with her in the
Yeah.
car, like,
Yeah.
we
Learning
we
from her.
bonded,
Oh, yeah.
and like, again, I'm not gonna hype it up like we ain't BFFs, like you ain't keep in touch, but like
Right.
while we were working,
A
it was
great working
really
relationship.
Yeah.
great working relationship.
Honor that, yeah.
She like
Awesome.
invested in mentors. She talked to me, like she even asked a couple of films I had. I sent them her way. In my heart, I said she listened to them and she watched them. I don't know because
It's
she's
the
a busy
principle.
woman, but it's the principle she asked. The Tasha Smith took interest in me. So on
I mean,
film-
Tyler Perry Tasha Smith.
Boom.
Baby.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that's
I
what I'm
still
at.
get a
Tyler
little
Perry.
bit of chills. Like my body's
That's
like, "Ooh."
amazing.
So my
Yeah.
film experience, that was life changing and elevating because this woman saw me, believed in me, and like legit changed my life. And so it was a
Yes.
blessing for me there, and
Yeah.
that experience will never be taken from me. And my best experience on stage, I've done quite a few roles on stage. I love the stage. I love the light. I love the fact that you can't redo stage. Like you go out there, you slam it, and
Yeah,
you gotta
you
be
can't.
authentically in it. Like if my partner drops a line, I gotta know the scene enough that I can reel him back in, give him a feeder line, or just skip that sentence altogether and keep it going. So I
Yeah.
love the real lifeness about
But what do
it.
you prefer though, stage or?
That's hard.
I know. Yeah. I
So
wanna know
I'll
that,
tell
yeah.
you my experience and then I'll answer that question.
Okay, yeah.
So the experience that stole my heart on stage, I was cast in a play called The Cake. It was performed or was presented by Panache Theater Company, which is a local theater company here in Wilmington.
Okay.
The show took place in the Bucky Stein Theater back at Thalian Hall, and it was a small black box stage. But the character was a black activist from northern states. I want to say New York, New Jersey. I can't remember the specific state, but it's from up north. And I was engaged to a Southern belle. So down here, the Southern mentality. Her mother was here, and there's a lot of racial issues that was in there because I was a black woman. She was a white woman. There was a lot of homophobic issues that we had to break down because her mother had passed away years ago, but the person who's like her surrogate mom is like an amazing cake baker. And like my girlfriend was like, we have to go get her. She has to bake our cake. It's my dream or what have you. And so the entire story is us coming down. We're meeting this cake baker. Her name was Della. And, saying we need a cake. And Della's like, oh my God, you're getting married. The whole Southern thing. Like we got the bells and the whistles. You're going to get married in the garden like your mom. It was a huge thing.
All the things.
Until she met the person that she was marrying. When she realized I was her fiance, I was the woman she was marrying. Not only was I black, but I was a black woman.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
You could see Della struggle throughout the play. And then me and my fiance fought, and like we laid down the line, and I was like, you have to stand up, you have to choose yourself. And it was a huge struggle. And I resonated with that personally because I am an LGBT woman here in the South.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I did not have a hard coming out story with my family. They were very accepting and very supporting. My mom and my sister, my stepfather, didn't bat an eye. My dad kicked me out the house when he found out I was gay.
Oh, wow.
So like I can understand those hurdles and those issues. And I'm a biracial woman myself. And I've listened to my mother's struggle about being accepted in the South. And I've seen people look at you differently. I used to have a white girlfriend. Just a few years ago, I had a white girlfriend here in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And we're not as progressive as we think, in the year of our Lord 2024.
Oh, no, I wish. But,
so that play
Yeah.
was the hardest, most beautiful character I have ever in my entire life had the pleasure of bringing to life and telling that story. And my biological father, who again I do not have a great relationship with, anyone who knows me, we're not close. His name is Steve. He is my sperm donor.
Okay.
We have gotten closer as I've gotten older, but we've had a very rocky existence.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing in my entire life this man came to see, he drove to see me perform in the show. And of all the shows, it was the show he needed to see because the overall message is you're going to accept me as I am or you won't have me in your life.
There you go.
And that was the message that my character knew and was demanding my fiance to understand and accept. But me as a human, as Lily Nicole, like I was struggling to still have that knowledge and that strength and that like resolute, this is who you are and this is who I'm going to be.
Yeah.
But for me to pull that out, and Steve was there to see that, I was just like, if you never see another thing in life, this is what I want you to see.
Right.
And also I had this fabulous vanilla ice cream suit that I got married in. Girl, when I tell you, the lights were lighting and I was just, whew. So that was like one of the most amazing. So with all of that to be said, I personally, in my soul, I still do prefer the stage because you prepare for, in the community theater world, it's only about a month and a half you actually get to prepare. People think we'd be doing this forever.
Wow.
But at best, you get a month and a half from the time you get cast to the time we go on stage.
Right.
So it's crunch time to learn your lines, obviously.
Right, yeah.
There's so many different departments in person that are creating this, like the costumes and then the lighting and the set designer and then everything that you bring to the stage literally has to match with everyone else. You don't always have the opportunity to work directly with the full cast. You might only work with the person you're doing lines with, you don't know what you're getting into. But the moment you stand on stage, the main rag is dropped. The stage manager, usually me, calls places. everything goes black. And I'm not talking about just literally black, because usually there's like stage blues on, but everything in my body and my mind goes black. Curtain comes up. And for about 90 minutes, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, because I am that character. I am telling that story. I am in that world and in that location. And then the main rag drops. And then Lily Nicole's back. And I'm like, y'all, we just did a thing.
Dang.
The suspension of disbelief is so real. You, as an actor, disassociate because you are no longer you as the actor. You are the character.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love the energy from the audience. You can feel it in the room. You can feel it, even if it's a good or bad audience. I love it because the energy is real. Your castmates are there. Like the excitement, the nerves, all of that resonates between you and your cast members and the crew and the director and the people. So I still prefer live theater, man. Throw me on a stage any day.
I gotta throw you on the stage.
Throw me on a stage any day. I'll take it.
Oh my gosh.
I love film. Love film. It's fun. But my heart, I'll take the stage.
Oh my gosh. That's
for sure.
And what about you, Miss Rayana? What is your best?
Oh goodness.
Break it down.
Best for film. I do both too, film and theater, because I really, I still can't tell you. Like some people are like, oh, you're in film now. I'm sure you love this. I'm like, well, theater's still my first love.
I was like, I do love film, and I always tell people, I was like, you're right. I do love film. It's amazing, but theater's my baby.
But see, the thing, honestly, is for the same show. My favorite experience was my very first TV show ever. How I was even introduced to film was crazy in itself. I graduated college 2019. Had a 9-to-5 job. I was like, this isn't working for me. I'm going to the theater. That's where they accept me. Quit 9-to-5. I auditioned for Trusted Theater. Shout out to home. I literally was booked from March of that year to August of 2020. So I'm like, wow. I'm in each play, or I'm either stage.
You're working.
I'm working. I'm booked.
Booked and busy.
The world said coronavirus, and everything shut down. I could not apply for unemployment. I had no type of resources, benefits, like at all for anything. So life hit me hard. Thank God for my family and from my mom who supported me, my friends and my line sisters. Like I got a text message about doing background up here.
Oh, nice.
So it was just like, I have no idea what that is, but it's a job and you need an actor. Sure.
Yeah. I'm here.
It said Wilmington. I said Delaware. I had no idea. I'm so
People
serious.
forget about baby Wilmington. Everyone's like, oh, Wilmington, I'm gonna drive up north. Nah, baby, we down here.
And even because I didn't have an introduction to film, I literally had no idea that this was a little Wilmington. I had no idea.
Oh, baby, we
So I
Hollywood
get
of the
here.
East Coast.
Hello. I get here and I'm like, wait a minute. This a TV show. Morris Chestnut starts just walking by. I'm like, wait a minute. Lance started walking. I was like, wait, hold on. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, we have big names.
Oh, yeah, huge
names.
names. So I'm literally like, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I only booked that one day. We know how it is in film. You get in once you in, you're in.
Yeah.
Will never forget. This is my favorite moment. I don't even know. They had no idea that I was in the room. Clearly, but they said, "Hi, this background role requires minor dancing." I said, "Did they just tell me as a thespian
that I have
to dance?"
Oh, what?
Oh, honey, I danced like the rent was due 29 days ago. I did.
Oh my God.
So much so that they kept like getting the group smaller and smaller to send to the producers. And so I'm like, okay, with everyone, then there's only 10 of us. Now it's only 5
Tree
of us.
shaking elimination.
Right. And then it was just me and my partner, who was not even a dancer, but I made him look well.
You can pick up those choreo though. That's all you got to do.
And you know,
pick up that choreo.
You know, I pick up choreography quickly. So from that, shout out to Kevin Levi Green. He was the choreographer of Our Kind of People. He asked me to be a dancer on that show. So I went from background to a featured dancer, and that's how I got my SAG eligibility. Nice. I knew nothing about film. I knew nothing about being a union actor, you know. Right. But because I was invited to be a dancer, I will never forget Nadine Ellis. She just reached out to me about my movie. Absolutely beautiful. Nadine Ellis, who was originally a dancer. Sorry, she's originally a dancer and a thespian as well. She came over, her and Joe Morton, they came over to where we were being held, like we're featured. Yeah, Papa Joe. He comes over and it was like, oh, wow, you're doing amazing. But they both looked at me and was like, but you you don't stop.
You know what you're doing.
He was like, you don't stop. My grandmother loved Joe Morton. Like, that's one of her favorite actors.
He is
awesome. He's an amazing.
He's amazing.
And he also comes from the stage as well. He's a thespian first. Nadine having a background in music videos and dance and hairspray. Like, to be seen by artists of that caliber when I had no idea. I just, like, God is so good. I literally had I just came because I needed a job, and then my entire life shifted
It just
because
lined
of
up,
because of that SAG eligibility, and I started being, qualified for this position and that position. So that was like my start. That's my favorite. I mean, I've had different roles and been able to be a lead, but that was that spark of like, oh, and then I realized how much you get paid when you're a SAG actor.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I realized,
it changes.
wait a minute. I went to school for this and we study, but then for film, I just learned this the day before, and now we're performance rated the next day. And this is how much a day?
Sometimes not even that. Sometimes you learn it that morning.
And then go in.
Later.
Exactly. But because of my theater like background, I was prepared for that. So that film moment made me realize, wait a minute, I think I can live as an artist.
Oh, yeah.
Like the light bulb went off.
Like
And
you
I
could
still,
actually get a check for it.
absolutely. And I still keep in contact with them. Like I still with the director, Jeff Bird, and Nadine, just over the years, because they really, hey, I need you to stay right here. Right. So that was my favorite experience for film. For theater, it's so crazy that y'all are asking this now, because I used to say it was my experience in For Colored Girls. For Colored Girls Who Consider Suicide
awesome.
When the Rainbow Is Enough. That's my favorite choreo poem. Yeah. Absolutely love that choreo poem. I used to think being Lady in Orange was my favorite moment in theater, because that was my first time where I felt like I read a script that was like speaking to my heart and my healing and my confusion, things that I was experiencing transitioning from adolescence to womanhood. That those poems were my life and very heavy.
Oh yeah.
As a mental health advocate, that really shifted my perspective as an artist too, like as being an activist. Like, what am I doing with my art? So that was used to be like my favorite moment. But there's a play called Fairview. The playwright is called her name is Jackie Drury Sibley's. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But Fairview is a play about the white gaze on Black people and Black families and how we're viewed. I played the role of Keisha. I was so honored because throughout the play, she's seeing that something is wrong. I'm experiencing unsettledness. I can't be the only one seeing this, but everyone's kind of being just out of whack and just kind of just going with whatever and kind of feeding into the stereotypes of that white gaze. But my character, Keisha, she was able to break the fourth wall, speak directly to the audience, and I was speaking directly to white persons, no matter your religious background, your political background, for them to understand how racism has affected us as just Black people, Black artists. So much so that we switched positions on stage, as in the Black cast members on the stage went out into the audience. I invited the white persons to come on the stage. The technical director started as my monologue, which was 7 pages long, by the way. Jackie, that was a long monologue, but I did it. The lights gradually get brighter and brighter and brighter, so much so that they can't see anymore. It was not a dry eye like in the,
I can imagine.
Not a dry eye in the theater. We sold out so many nights, but it was the impact that people was like, oh my goodness, I never even looked at it that way. Or some jokes that we think are funny. Oh, I used to joke like that. That's actually not cool. Like that. That was when I realized also again, okay, I do have a gift, not just to entertain, but to make impact.
To educate.
And to educate. So and honestly, truly, I still pick theater over film. For several reasons. Like you were talking about, the energy in the room. It's just a beautiful experience. But I love the process. I love the work in theater. For what I've realized for film, it's very quick, very.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like, hi, how you doing? Let's get to this scene.
Let's go.
It's you either have that chemistry and know how to turn it on, or you just don't, because you don't have that time in theater. We work together. We built this rapport with each other.
Even if it's a month and a half, you still got like time you bonded.
Even
you rehearsed after work.
2 weeks. When I was at Dollywood, we only had 2 weeks to learn that music and choreography. So it's like that process of bonding and birthing this, and then it's live. The energy is raw. Like, you can, like you said, you can feel the energy in the room. You just don't get that with film. I enjoy it because, getting this, get this scene, throw it out my head.
But you
All
think
right,
it's a
what's
rush
next?
process with the film. So,
Right.
okay, hurry up.
I
this,
love
okay.
the family communal aspect that I have for theater. It's film is also great, but it's different for theater. It's a different bond,
Yeah, different vibe. Bro.
different
Yeah.
vibe for sure.
Okay. What do you say to the people that I'm just gonna throw this question out here? What do you say to the people that think that okay, well, that's not a real job? I've had a few because I'm also a nurse, but they well that's not this is your job. I have people in my family be like, yeah, this is a job. But and it's like, no, that's play.
My
Mom made
response
acting,
to
singing, that's all
that-
play. I don't understand.
I'm so used. I've heard that all of my life to the point. Like, I mean, I was bullied for it. I was made fun for being an artist, and what you gonna? That's not gonna have a real job, and you're not gonna have any money, and you're not, But when you turn on the TV, the commercials that you're watching, the TV shows that you're watching with your families and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
us actors, we aid in your entertainment.
Oh yeah.
I just don't see how that's not a job. I don't see how we went to college for theater and went to school for our educational foundation of our skill set. I just don't see how that's not a
Okay.
job.
It's not a lucrative. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
It is not easy to memorize lines. One, it's not easy to develop a character.
Oh no.
It's not easy on your body, your mental state, your emotional state. There's nothing that's a game about. There are some actors that are method actors, and I had to be careful with this. You can die as an actor if you get too deep into your craft.
I heard of that. Yeah.
It is very possible. I know I've experienced being stuck, and that scared me.
Yeah.
So it's actually offensive when people,
Yeah.
just like, oh, cheer isn't a sport when they're throwing humans.
Cheer is 100% a sport.
That's
a 100%
Competitive
that's right.
cheerleader in high school. It is 100%
Exactly.
a sport.
I
This
was
is
too. I was
a-
gonna say
They
that had cheerleader, but like, come on.
This is
like,
a
I was a
job.
fly girl.
Right.
They tossed me.
please
This is
throw me
a
out.
job. This is
Wait,
this is a job.
Didn't the guy from the Joker?
100%. That's
yeah,
what
that's what I was-
Heath
that's what I was
Ledger.
thinking
We
about.
lost Heath Ledger because he got so deep into his
and
character.
I said, wow, this is serious. This is not something that's play.
Not
This
at
is a
all.
craft that that we that y'all take seriously.
Absolutely.
We study
Yeah.
just like every other individual, like Ray said. One thing I'll say, college is not for everyone, and you do not
not.
have to go to college to do this craft. But
Amen.
individuals who do choose to pursue it, we go to college just like nurses, just like doctors,
Right.
Yeah.
just like lawyers.
Yeah.
People spend
Mathematicians,
a minimum of
business
5
managers.
years
Yeah.
to get a degree in theater to learn and understand the craft and different components.
Yeah.
Individuals can go on and pursue a master's and get higher degrees as well. So again,
Yeah.
this is an educational pursuit just like any other field that's out there.
Right.
This is also a job. We get paid for it. Do we get paid enough? No, but that's why we have
Right.
unions who are negotiating wages so we can
Right.
get better living wages.
Absolutely.
But again, we have paychecks just like you all have paychecks in your otherworldly positions, just like I have a paycheck in my other position that I have a job. I have
Yeah.
a job that pays my bills,
Exactly.
and then acting is a job that pays my soul. So like
There you
it
go.
is as much of a job as getting up and living and being a human is.
Okay.
It is very hard on individuals, like the time, the sacrifice. Most individuals, especially if you're a community actor, they do have a real job. They have a day job, 9 to 5 or 7 to 11, however their shift
yeah.
breaks out. And then they come and they do this afterwards. So if anything, it's more demanding job than everything else because we're doing it on top of our job.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the community actors are doing it on top of being a parent, on top of being a caretaker, on top
Right.
of being a nurturer at home. They come here because this is a place that they can exist and they can unwind and decompress, even though it's hard. The memorization, like I said,
Yeah.
not everyone's
Blocking.
got really good memories. You have to study at that.
Yeah.
It's
Bring
a
into
muscle.
life a character that may be nothing like you in your own personage. Like you have to create this human. I've played roles that are nothing like me, but girl, you going to film? She's spot on. That girl is exactly that, but that is nothing like me.
Right.
So you have to bring to life this story. And then again, especially in stage theater, you could have a cast of 40 people. Respectfully, I might not like y'all.
Absolutely.
But I
Exactly.
gotta
Yeah.
make it look like, yo, we homies.
We
you know?
friends,
So
yeah.
again,
Oh,
there's
this
a
is
lot
family.
That
Right,
right. There's
exactly.
a lot that goes into it. So people who say acting's not a job, I receive that and I understand it.
Right.
And I tell them it is still something I love, something that I will not give up.
Exactly.
And honestly, just like 45 said, there are a lot of black jobs out there.
Oh yeah.
It's something he don't want,
Right.
and I respond politely with people. This just might not be for you. You ain't gotta like it or want it or appreciate it, but you sure as hell gonna respect it.
Exactly. And
You are
respect me
sure as hell gonna respect
in
it.
the
I
process.
tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, what would be your dream role or the dream actor or actress you'd like to work with?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Kim, you're in on this one too.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Dream role
The
or
dream
dream
role.
actor I'd
I
like to work
don't.
with.
I don't know.
I don't necessarily have like a named character for a role that I'm like, oh, this is like my dream, because if that's the case, I'm going to go down every single musical that I'm obsessed with, because I am that thespian. But honestly, a role of a woman becoming herself. Like her journey
like
of
growing
like pain.
into who you're supposed to be.
Yeah, like
but not like Tyler Perry type.
No.
deal.
I'm talking about like
I'm
talking
tired of
about
black
a
women being in
real-
pain.
But no,
what's going
but
on?
honestly, true. As the mental health advocate that I am, I really do love to show how people. I mean, it is what it is. I know darkness. I know how it feels.
I'm friends
to
with
be
my
down.
demons.
Yeah.
You know, I know how it
Unfortunately,
feels to be hurt.
Right.
So it makes me happy when I see someone in that place, in that state,
Yeah.
and they're able to grow and heal and evolve into who they're evolved.
But it's
to
the
be.
evolution. I like
The
you put that in. Yeah, I
the
want them to come out of
evolution.
it.
I don't want their pain to be celebrated,
Yes.
like, or their pain to be like, oh my gosh, you're so strong.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
I want to play a woman that really embodies that has the verbiage, the proper terminology
Right.
to communicate that and help others. I don't have a name for that or a role for
But that character type.
that embodiment,
I love that.
absolutely.
Right.
And who I would want to work with, Felicia Rashad, Felicia Rashad.
Miss Cosby.
Felicia
Yes. Oh,
Rashad.
gosh.
I
Claire Huxtable. I love her. Oh my gosh.
my life, like if I was to do one scene with, even a master class with her, I feel like my
That'd be dope.
life as an actor
yeah.
would be complete.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That is absolutely who I want to work with.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
What
who
about
I
you,
wanna-
Kim?
I don't know. I mean, I would love to work with Angela Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just see the strength ever since she did Wayne Takes Hell.
Mhm.
That just like, it grabbed something in me. It's like, I
That's
saw a
an
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very strong,
Yes.
powerful black woman.
Yes, for
I
her
love the cast,
to
Oh yeah.
just you have to go within yourself to do what she did, and from that role to Tina Turner, it was another epic
Yeah,
role.
Tina was
It's just
great.
like, okay,
Tina
hold
was
on, this
great.
woman is.
I know the song,
Yes.
I wrote it. I love Angela.
That would be like just to work alongside her. And let me take a master class with her.
Okay,
Like, I
okay.
guarantee you. Okay, just give me just 30 minutes, not even. And I'm like, yeah.
All right.
For sure.
So my dream role, anyone who knows me, it's very me. And I say it's my
I'm about
dream
to
role
scream
because
out
I
loud.
did shut up. I did play it a little bit in college. I was an understudy. One of my really good friends had gotten sick that weekend, so I actually got to do the Sunday show. So it counts, but don't really count. Like, it's not on my resume because I didn't actually do it.
No.
I was motherfucking Mimi in Rent.
You
gonna like this candle.
I
You
literally
gonna
said
like
Mimi.
this candle. Girl,
I
that's
literally
what
said
anyone who
Mimi.
knows me. Dream role. Sorry, hit the mic.
Mimi.
Dream
I knew it.
role to
I knew she was going to say
actually
something. I said, watch.
to actually be cast as her, not just understand. Again, like, I was gracious and I was blessed. Like, I had the opportunity, I learned it, I did it. Because if I'm being honest, my first dream role was Rizzo. Like, Rizzo's such a badass.
Yes.
And I did that in high school. I would like to do it again as an adult,
forgot
and
to
I'm like
tell you.
more like
Yeah.
refined. So like,
Yeah.
bam. But like dream role, I want to be
forgot about
cast
that.
as Mimi. I want
my
to do
gosh.
the Mimi. I want to have the 2-week run as the Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
So dream role is that. And dream actor I'm gonna work with.
Yes.
I fucking love Johnny Depp. Anything.
Oh, Johnny
Depp's
I
phenomenal.
can anything
Yeah,
that man is
yeah.
in.
Everything that
I-
he's in is phenomenal.
He is
I
awesome,
would
amazing.
love to work with Johnny Depp because I
sure.
know
Yeah.
it's gonna be pure, insane talent. Like, I feel as though a lot of the work that he produces is very avant-garde in like
Yes,
the
it is.
normal
Avant-garde.
theater.
Oh, yeah.
And I can only imagine the process. I can only imagine what he puts on. I can only
I
imagine
love
yeah.
it.
his
His
honestly,
whole
he
aura.
might be a straight up jerk, and that's cool. I still want to
I'm
work
cool
with
with
him.
that.
I still
Yeah.
want to be on a show with him
Yep.
before I die.
Yeah.
So if I get cast, even as a little background Munchkin Man in the next Willy Wonka, I'll be
Tree
there.
number
I'll be
3.
down.
You'll be there.
Like, girl, I'll be Oompa Loompa in it. I don't care. Like, So Johnny Depp,
right,
and Mimi. That's my as an actress. That's my thing.
All
I'm
right.
And whether it's
for it.
play or film, like, I don't care how it's chopped up.
Right.
Mimi or work with
Oh,
Johnny.
Johnny Depp.
It's actually always talking about a dream role, any musical that's filmed, any musical films.
So like low key, I don't even like musicals.
You don't, which is funny,
What?
but
But yet,
Mimi
you're
is
good.
so
You're
bad.
so amazing
though.
at it.
musicals. I don't even like music. I respect them and I love them and I love what they do for the art. But like me as a human, I don't even like music.
I have to hear you sing "Touch Me, Baby" or
Oh.
"Leave Me." I will cry real tears if I ever hear you sing that,
Oh
Lily.
my
I have
gosh.
to.
So the
Oh,
song
man.
Maureen sings like "Take Me as I Am," whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, karaoke, give me a couple shots. I know it word for word. And the funny thing is, I don't want to be her, but I know her songs. And that
You're
song
embracing her.
in
It's
the
like,
movie,
ah.
she be jumping up on the tables, take me out. I'd be like, again, a shot or two, I will belt it. Yeah, but light my candle, man. Mimi sings to my soul like, light this candle, girl.
Yes.
Because again, but it goes back to like characters. You said like, I do not and am not gonna like paint my life horribler than it was. I don't resonate with her core by core, but I do resonate with her in a lot of levels. Like I did struggle with drug addiction when I was in high school before college. I had a pill addiction. It's a very unfortunate time in my life, but it's what I went through. I have dealt with sexual assault and mental abuse from partners and from past. I have dealt with very, very low self-worth, where finding the next smile did come at the bottom of a bottle for more years of my life than it did. Like, I'm gonna be fully honest. So I can understand and empathize in a lot of the ways that Mimi's character is portrayed and misunderstood, and just searching for love and wanting to just be accepted for who she is. And I danced a couple times in college. I'm like, girl, you gotta pay a bill. Sex work is work, and like stripping is dancing. Like I support
that's
all
an art.
of this.
That's an art.
It's 100%
Make
art.
your
Y'all
money,
guys get up
girl,
on the
make
pole
your
and your
money.
body ain't rocked.
Listen, I'm in P Valley. Listen,
Exactly.
It's an art. What those
Down
girls
in
do,
the valley
I tip my
where the
hat.
girls
I tip my
get
hat
naked.
off because there's no
Girl,
way in the
I
world.
want to take one of those stripper dance classes because I think
I love
my
pole
body
dancing
would
classes.
be like,
I've gone to pole dancing classes in Atlanta. I just don't have the confidence to do it in front of people, but behind closed doors, oh honey, yeah.
So once upon a time,
I love it.
Get that core, huh? Get that strong.
Once upon a time in college, I did a couple private parties. I would not strip at a club.
Do what
because
you got to
people
do.
knew me because I'm too, I'm too recognizable. I said
Right.
that, like, I got tattoos.
Like, wait a minute.
I've been tatted for a second. So people see a picture. They're
And
like,
I
oh,
grew
we know
up-
you. Like, no.
I grew up in church, so somebody be like, "Did you see?"
You
it'll
ain't
be a
see me
whole-
at all.
Yeah, she was at
You
such
ain't
and
see
such
me
at
at all.
Diamonds.
I don't even know who I am. Who are we?
But again, it pays. You got to check it too.
Oh yeah.
And I had security. Nobody touched me. So again,
Okay.
it was all
Period.
professional.
Good.
And it's all
No
efficient.
judgment.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where that's where I learned. Like, pole dancing is hard.
It's
Yes,
a skill.
It is. They
Maybe
get
be
up
out there making it look all fun and fancy.
it's
And
not.
I'm like,
Coming down
you
the
a
tabletop.
lie. You a lie,
remember
child. You a lie.
My first
said,
time,
oh, no.
first time in Magic City, and that woman was on the ceiling,
Mm.
and she came down. I said, "Lady, come here."
Let me talk to you real quick.
I said, "Ma'am, you are gifted and talented." Now that was like, "Why are you talking to this dancer like this?" I said, "That's a good thing she just did just
Yeah,
then."
right.
People don't understand. That's a lot of work.
They don't think, oh, it's so easy. No, it ain't. You get up there.
Get
try
up
to
there and do it.
Right. Get up there. Just one.
Just like in the acting world. Get up there and do
Yes,
it. then.
please.
Let
Yeah,
me
they
give
call-
you a script. Now you can perform in 20 minutes.
Right.
Get
Go
up there
ahead,
and do
let's
it.
You can
Let's
do
go.
it. Yeah.
Let's
You
go.
can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I ain't telling her how to pole. I was on that pole. I'm like, hold on, sir, man.
But it's also so much fun.
I-
It's so much fun.
And cut. I'm like, okay, sir.
And you
Like,
drop.
all right. I'm like, okay. Put the air on. Hurry up. What's going on here?
So yeah,
Oh
that
my
dream
God.
role. Like I fucking love Mimi.
Yeah,
Oh my
Mimi is
gosh.
great
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
and a great musical
Gosh. You guys ever had any like set stalkers?
in the
I
industry.
I call like, you know.
I won't
certain-
say stalkers. I've had some people. I really don't know if it's how I carry myself or if people just kind of know I don't play that. You know, I really haven't had that many advances. You know, I think people. I will bro the mess out of somebody. I mean, I will bro you. I don't even want you to think that there's a, you know,
Like a chance.
Yeah.
there's a chance. Because just for me as a woman, as a person, it takes a lot for me to even be attracted to someone. Like, I'm not a surface level person. I can see someone be like, oh, wow. Like, wow, he's hot. Or, wow, he looks great. But that's all it is for me. Like, I
But
have
your
to.
insides aren't tingling.
Yeah.
Not
Yes,
at
oh,
all.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my God. You know, but even for persons that are okay with it, I have no judgment.
Right.
That's my own personal choice.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not comfortable with that.
Right.
So I think people, when they try, it kind of, you know, kind of goes up. I have nothing to do with that either. They'll try to flirt and then realize, oh, Rayana's not.
Yeah, she's not into
She's
it.
not into that, and they just will stop. You know.
Yeah.
And then people know that I'm an artist for real. Like, I can actually act.
Right.
I can actually sing. I can actually dance. I don't have to sleep with you.
Thank you.
To get a
Okay.
job.
Thank you, that part. Yeah.
Because my
exactly.
credentials and my talent and my gift.
I hate when
will-
people do that. They put that narrative out there. Oh, well,
Yeah.
she got that part because, especially us beautiful ladies, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, she got that part. Oh, no, ma'am. Hard work.
Absolutely.
Determination.
So yeah,
Focus, like, come
I haven't really had that. If anything, because I'm a little younger and I've always had people older than me. I've always been the little sister out the pack. I have people that will protect me. Lily being one of them. The people in my life will literally tell people, "Don't play with her."
Right.
That was a little hood just now. I'm sorry, but
No,
like,
no,
it's
don't.
true.
You
but
good.
It's
It's
real,
real
like
talk,
not this one.
Yeah, I
Or-
definitely had a
yeah,
conversation
be
like they're
careful on
off
that.
limits.
Yeah.
You don't even need to talk to her.
Right. Like seriously.
Respectfully.
Like,
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 And
don't
I'm
do.
grateful. So I haven't really experienced. I mean, I've had some people try to, do a little flirt, kind of insult my emotional intelligence a little bit, but nothing that was too like,
Come here.
world, I have something to say about what happened to me on set. Like, no, that I haven't had that.
Okay. Good.
I don't think I have. Yeah, I'd be really, really naive. Like, I
Yeah.
don't pay attention to people.
I'm about to say, do you not
She's
know?
in her own world
I was
because
gonna
she's
say,
so
that's the
focused.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. So that's the thing. Like, I'd be like
Yeah.
a little bit naive, and so
Yeah.
like people will like have to tell me that someone was flirting or trying to talk to me. I'd be like, oh word, like they were trying to like get at me, and they'd be like,
Right.
yes, Lily. I was like, oh, I ain't know.
I ain't know.
But it goes back to like. In the kindest way possible, I don't like people. So I
Right.
don't be engaging. Like when I'm on set, I'm working. When I'm in my role, I'm in my role. Like if I am the director's assistant
I'm not
in the
into
kindest way
that.
possible,
Right.
I'm not talking to y'all, not because I'm better than y'all, but because my job is here. My job
Yeah.
is to take care of this person.
Yeah.
I may walk into your room, but
I
like
mean, no
we're
harm.
not on the same page.
Exactly.
If I'm a stand-in, I'm not sitting here keying it with the background.
Yes.
Not because I don't respect y'all. I was there. It's just
And I
because
saw that. I
This
was like,
is my
she was
role.
just
This
in
is
a
my
whole
locked
little
in.
bubble. That's okay.
And when I'm in the stage, like you can ask Ray, like when I'm on stage, like I'll be back there. Oh, we laughing like when it's time to work. I am about my work. So I am very oblivious to my surroundings. My ex used to tell me this all the time. He would tell me niggas be trying to come at me all the time. And I'm like, really? He'd be like, they were right in your face. I'm like, oh, I wasn't paying attention to them.
Right.
So
Focus, boo.
Yeah, exactly.
my lack of care for other individuals keeps me guarded in a way that I have no idea. I might have a stalker. I don't know. Like somebody
Right
out there
on.
might be like watching my stuff, and I just say shout out, thank you so much, give me them views, share it to your friends, tell them to look at me, tell them to jump on my social medias, which I will give all of them to you.
Yes.
If I got a stalker, send me love.
Like, send me love.
Send me love. Stay away from my house, which is why I moved. Y'all don't know where I'm at now, but send me love.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey.
Please don't say what area.
I don't know. I
nothing.
might have a stalker, girl. Who knows?
All right.
Yeah, so we probably do. We just don't know.
I think all pretty girls got a stalker somewhere.
I think so. Just some pay attention, some don't. I
Exactly.
just try to never mind. I just try to put my own little box.
It might be a chick out there. Yeah, hey girl. Like I don't know. Someone might be looking a little
Sis,
extra
I ain't got
hard.
nothing
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh.
So,
So
I do. You can call me.
oh my gosh. So Miss Lily, what's your social? So you gotta drop the social.
Yes, let's drop the
social.
socials.
Let's
So
come on,
I don't have all of them because the year in our Lord 2024 TikTok's a thing and the Chinese people run that and it scares me a little bit. But you can find me on Facebook. Lily Nicole. I have a open page. It's public. It's personal. You see all my random updates. I also have an actor page. Feel free to follow either. I respond to both. You can find me on Instagram, African Saxon, because I'm a mulatto queen.
Ooh,
I do still use the tweet or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
it's called
now.
X now.
X
X or
now?
something.
Okay,
It'll be
yeah,
Twitter,
X or
yeah.
something. I don't
Whatever.
know. It was Twitter when I got it. Also, it's African Saxon. And real talk, if y'all want to get inside of my mind, I know this is a throwback and it might age me a bit, which you'll never guess how old I am. I still use Tumblr.
Yes,
and if you want to get
Tumblr.
inside of my mind,
Oh
a
my
lot of my
gosh.
poetry and a lot
Yes.
of the words that I have written are public on Tumblr. And my Tumblr handle is Mulatto Mayhem. Mulatto
Nice.
Mayhem, the life of a mixed chick. So yeah, follow me. I'm
All
out there.
right.
All right.
I'm out there.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Lily?
Oh, social media, the love-hate relationship I have
Oh
with
gosh.
the love-hate
Yeah.
relationship I have with Beyonce and Jeezy's internet.
God.
I have to just realize I used to have a very unhealthy relationship with social media at one point, but now I'm starting like, okay.
Sometimes you got to shut it down because it's too
Exactly.
much. It be too much stuff. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
for more like personable like experience with me, Facebook.
Okay.
It is Rayana D Briggs. It is a public professional page because I'm a professional actor now, and I got to think about stuff like this. So like with the actor page and all that stuff, like it's Rayana D Briggs, but I'm more funny on there. Instagram is actually more business for me. I don't show any of my personal life on there. It's Rayana D Briggs, RAYANAD BRIGGS_. You can tell I'm a singer. I just said that.
Yeah.
On Instagram, so you can see more of like my film work, productions that I'm working on, like all that good stuff. And I do use X sometimes. It's Rayana Briggs _ as well, but it's Twitter.
Twitter / X, aka X. Yeah.
Absolutely. And on TikTok, it is Rayana Briggs _ So
I'm gonna get a
Right.
TikTok one day, y'all.
Yeah,
I
I don't
know
really
one
have
day.
TikTok.
I'm not a real TikTok user. Like I basically just make reels on on there. I'm not really making videos or like dance videos.
Reels. Like, what?
I don't know.
Because it's like I just, yeah. But I usually I get a lot of good views and my pages are monetized. So it's like, oh, I guess I'm doing something right, but I'm really not trying for real. So I gotta just have to try.
I love it.
I gotta try on social media. So yeah,
I just give you credit that you're trying, girl, because I just be sitting there looking. I'm like, ooh, that's cute.
Like, hold on.
No.
Okay. Well, I just have IG and Facebook. That's it. I don't have anything else. Okay.
Get the basics.
Yeah, that's the basics.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
where can we find you, Queen?
Okay, it's gonna be IG Kimoraa KIMORAA_A, and Facebook is Kimoraa H Ambrus.
Okay.
Ambrus.
Ambrus.
Yeah, Ambrus.
Ambrosia
Yeah.
salad. Sorry. I might just ran this food time.
Until next time, y'all. I want to thank you guys. Miss
Oh, we
Lily
cuddy
and
cuddy?
Nicole.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, girl.
Absolutely.
It was a joy. It was a pleasure.
Girl,
both of y'all.
anytime.
Absolutely.
Both of y'all.
No problem.
Phone
No
call.
problem
Miss
at
you
all.
all.
Thank you.
I love y'all.
Thank you.
Yes.
No problem at all.
Thank
you
you.
for having us.
This was a
you.
blast.
Yes.
Also, y'all, this is just the inaugural episode. I need y'all to like learn the name. Sorry, I don't know where the cameras are.
Yeah.
But it's Heels and Reels.
Heels and Reels,
Like
boo.
that is talking about beautiful, successful
Yes.
entertainment, breaking down the ins and the outs,
Fashion.
getting inside of the minds of what it takes to be as fabulous as we are,
Yes.
asking the nitty gritty, but also humanizing the people behind the facade. A lot of individuals that she has coming up has a name. We have this title that the community knows us, but we have to remind you all, like, real talk, we are people.
Exactly.
We are everyday citizens that live right here in the great Wilmington Wood, Hollywood of the East, Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
We are going through things. We are experiencing things as they are. In the year of our Lord 2024, I pray that this podcast allows us a platform to break things down as they come, as they arise, and gives you the space to share your dream and share your passion, but also let us get to meet who we truly are, and gives us an opportunity to show the world
What she
we are not
said.
what you think we are. We are struggling. We are living. We are thriving. We are figuring this out.
Yes.
And Kim, I thank you so very much for creating this place, inviting us up here with my little
Absolutely.
sister Ray as the first show. Like,
Yes. I love y'all.
I pray greatness for you, and I pray that this podcast takes off. Like you
you so
got
much.
you got a beautiful set on your hands.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Well,
you're
we got
welcome.
it, sis. Until next time, Heels and Reels, baby.
Hey.